Hi, BookTube. I'm sitting in my main study. It is still, according to my April 2017 diary, it is April the 28th, 2017. It is 7:04 at night. I'm sitting in my main study, putting stuff away. I always save receipts. My wife went to Grand Haven today to have lunch with old girlfriends, and while she was in Grand Haven, she stopped at a bookstore called Black River Books, and she called me and said, "Do I want anything?" And I mentioned different authors and books, and she found for me John Dos Passos, his memoir, the Informal Memoir, The Best Times. I've been reading The Ambulance Drivers, Hemingway, Dos Passos, and A Friendship Made and Lost in War by James McGrath Morris. So now I have this Informal Memoir by John Dos Passos, and I can read about the same things in here that is in here. So she got me that, and I mentioned I've been reading Gods Without Men by Harvey Casero, and she found me his novel The Impressionists by Harry Casero. There's a picture of him on the back. So she got me those things. And I was down looking, today I'm finishing off reading The Winter Journal by Paul Asher, and I was down the lower level looking at my collection of his writings, and I found out that I had another, he's done 5 memoirs. This is the one I didn't know I had, Hand to Mouth, a Chronicle of the Early Failure by Paul Asher. So I'm going to read this. I'm almost done with this one, and I'll probably read this one. So yeah, so I'm sitting in my study, listening to Wan Tang, Lawless Darkness, this death metal CD. I did find, I was going through my books, my older books I mentioned. I did have this really old book I bought from a state sale many years ago. It was published in 1768. It's a paraphrase or a large expository poem upon the Song of Solomon, wherein the mutual love of Christ and his church contained in the Old Testament song is imitated in the language of the New Testament, adapted to the gospel dispensation by the late Reverend Ralph Erskine, Master of Arts, Minister of the Gospel, and Dunfermline, this was published in Edinburgh, Scotland in 1768. I have down in the lower level, and I'll show you the sermons of Ralph Erskine. Was republished a number of years ago, and I bought them, about 12 volumes. I'll show those in the future. So yeah, it's really old, crumbling. And yeah, I bought it at an estate sale. Ralph Erskine is one of the Merrill men, along with his brother Ebenezer Erskine, Thomas Boston. I have the works of Thomas Boston. I also have a volume of sermons by Ralph Erskine's brother Ebenezer Erskine, published in the 18th century. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I read this afternoon my new commentary on 1 Corinthians, this Reformation commentary scripture. I was reading the introduction. So that's what I'm doing this night, having some orange juice, listening to some death metal, reading some Reformation theology, reading Paul Asher's Memoir, Winter Journal. I'm almost finished, and then I'll read some of The Ambulance Driver tonight. So I hope you had a good Friday, and until next time, I can't think of anything else to say. It's going on 7:10 at night here in West Michigan. Tomorrow's a Saturday. I go to volunteer at the Book Nook, the library used bookstore, from 10 to 1. My oldest son and his wife and daughter will be here for a family get-together. So existence keeps speeding by. Until next time, bye.